creators of the Amanda J. Mierwza Memorial Scholarship Fund, Terry and Sue Mierwza. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having us here.
Yeah, nice to see you. That pool looks pretty inviting, doesn't it?
It does. Yes. We're headed home to ours after this interview.
I know you guys have your own pool.
Yeah.
It's definitely pool weather.
Oh, it sure is. Pool and lake weather.
Yes. Well, so for several years, you've helped Jackson students with their education with the Amanda J. Mierwza Memorial Fund. I know you two and know all about Amanda, but for our viewers who might not be familiar, tell us about Amanda and why you started this fund.
Well, first we want to thank you for letting us talk about Amanda. Through the grief process, we've learned that one of the greatest gifts you can give people who are grieving is to say their person's name. And so we appreciate you doing that. Amanda was smart. She was sarcastic. She was kind, giving, and she loved things like crafts and her daughter and her family and science. And so that was kind of why Terry wanted to set up this scholarship, is science and STEM.
And there she is
women.
with you on one of her graduation days.
Yep, that's the PhD from NYU.
It's outside the Lincoln Center in Manhattan.
She's very smart. Where did she get that from, you, Sue, or Terry?
I think she was a mutation.
Terry was the energizer and the one that made her mad and passionate, and I calmed her down.
Well, she accomplished so much in what unfortunately was life cut short with cancer.
Correct.
Yep.
She was a doctor.
She was a PhD in neuroscience, and she was working on a lot of closed head injury type things. Mm-hmm. Published several things.
Working actually for the federal government, for the military, on that traumatic brain injury research. And as Sue said, a lot of publications, and really her career was starting to take off when unfortunately it was cut short.
Well, you have established this scholarship specifically for young women, and even more specific, young women interested in STEM education.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amanda loved Goo Goo Dolls, and one of her favorite songs was Iris, I Just Want You to Know Who I Am. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what the scholarship is. All of our girls know about Amanda. It goes heavily on community service, giving to other people, and so she kind of goes on, and they know people know who Amanda is through the scholarship. So that was Terry's dream, and gets better every year.
And they know who Terry and Sue are because you spend a lot of time getting to know these recipients.
We try.
We do. You know, these are all outstanding young women because I don't know if we mentioned it, but they have to be in a STEM major. So it's they are taking hard classes, earning great grades, and yet they still have a good time at college and do a lot of community service. So
let's take a look at this tailgate picture because Terry and Sue are huge UM fans. They don't have to go to U of M though to get a scholarship.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they do. U of M.
Oh, it is U of M.
Yep.
Okay, it is U of M.
So maybe we should review those criteria. You have to be a graduate of a Jackson County high school, any Jackson County high school, majoring in a STEM field at U of M Ann Arbor.
All right,
and when we look at applicants, we look heavily at community service. These young ladies have done a lot of things for their high schools and their community.
And you have a little event at one of the football games every year.
Well, every football game we have a tailgate, and they stop by with their friends, sometimes their family, and we may have a couple toasts to Amanda and the Wolverines and have good times.
How many awardees are there this year?
This year we have eight scholars, and that brings our total now to 46 scholarships. So we've been doing this for 6 years.
How many renewals this year? There are a lot of renewal girls.
Yeah, we have 5 renewals, 3 new ones this year. And so 46 total now in the 6 years for just shy of $50,000.
Oh my gosh, $50,000.
Yeah. And that's been, so there are renewals, and so that's been 21 different young women over the 6 years. One of the photos that was up there was just recently we had a graduation ceremony in Ann Arbor for 4 graduates who were each 4-year scholarship winners.
So they must have been in the first class of, or second class of recipients, because you've only been doing this 5 years?
6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, that was a great class. That was our second class of
So
recipients.
there are those that they've graduated. Are they now?
We have 6 graduates now.
And are they working in science?
We have one in Chicago working in a hospital. We have 2 who just went to Boston.
And 3 who just graduated
And they're trying to-
that are figuring out the next step.
After you announced the list of recipients this year, I had someone approach me and they said, "You don't have any idea what kind of person Faith Smith is."
Oh, we do, because Terry stalked her.
Giving away
is a-
my secrets.
Faith is a graduate this year of Lumen Christi, and well, we've seen her on JTV Sports because she's amazing. She does it all. But you have gotten to know her even
Well, let me
more.
tell you, we were feeling kind of low because 4 girls that we adore are graduating, and we hated to see them go, and we thought, oh, what are we going to do without them? And when we were feeling so low, at one of the very last days, Terry got Faith's application, and we started looking at that, and she had read Amanda's research, so she went that far into it. She had read the entire biography, and we said, okay, she knows who Amanda is. She took the time to find out who Amanda is. So we felt really good about her.
On top of all of that, she runs track and cross country, which is what Amanda did in high school, and she's going to be running that at U of M. So just what a great all-around kid. And 2 of the 6 4-year scholars who are graduates were also from Lumen Christi, as is Faith.
And do you feel Amanda is involved in this process in both,
Very
looking
much.
at the scholarship
Well, I mean-
applications?
We're feeling low when Faith comes in.
Yeah.
Not that we were feeling bad about who was returning, we were just missing.
No, we were going to miss a lot. These are tremendous young ladies that we've gotten to know very well for 4 years, and their families.
So it's kind of like family, now moving away. So we have some of that emotion, but
So
new
it's
ones
kind of
come.
like half Faith.
They get to be part of your family
Yeah.
by being a scholarship recipient.
It does end up that way. Yeah, it's not just you're right, because being a recipient, but then they come to all these tailgates and we get to meet them. And
We
their
have 2 that
friends.
became roommates.
Yeah. 2 who met, one from Lumen Christi, one from Western, grew up 5 minutes apart in Jackson, didn't know each other. They met at our tailgate, became best friends for life and roommates the last 2 years of college. And so stuff like that is so
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they all become at least acquaintances to get to know each other. They're a class.
That's the goal. We've had a few who didn't do that, but most of them, and they take the same courses and help each other through and mentor each other, and it's a community. It's kind of a sisterhood.
How does someone apply? So this will happen again next year.
Every spring, we seek new applicants with a May 31st deadline. And anybody can go to, just Google Amanda J. Mierwza Memorial Scholarship, and they'll find the site. It's hosted by a company an organization called Charity Smith. And the application's right online for new applicants and renewal applicants. Amanda's bio is there, and list of all the previous winners is on that site.
And there's a place where people donate also. And we should mention that. It's not all of our money that's been into it. We've had some tremendous donors through the years. We have family members who donate every year. We have some Amanda's friends. We have local Jackson business people who believe in women in STEM, and they've given. I mean, it's not just us. We've had some tremendous support from other people.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Absolutely.
Congratulations to the recipients, and thanks to both of you for coming in and
Thank you.
sharing the news with us.
Thank you, Bart. Yeah.
With the Amanda J. Mierwza Memorial Fund and 2022 Scholarship winners, Sue and Terry Mierwza. Up next